is time, sheepies! So nobody panic, but I'm going on vacation and I need a few new outfits. So today I'm going to try to make this glorious 1936 worth 3-piece evening set before I get on my plane in 60 days time. God help me. I may be a little bit over my head, and I have not even started the piece, which is disheartening. So currently I've been looking at it, and obviously I knew there was no real gauge because they expect you to use their velveteen or their product. They have a pretty good idea that you're going to come up with roughly the right size. However, velveteen does not exist anymore. So I went with this lovely yarn, which is a Tarte light Clematis from Miss Babwood's. Is a fingering weight wool, which I thought would really work quite well in mimicking sort of that light, flowy, but also very sort of lush feeling. Only thing is without that gauge now, I am terrified that this is not going to fit me. And again, I have 60 days to figure this out. Okay. It has come to my attention that the entire piece is kind of striped with knits and pearls, creating this giant rib that clings to the body that you can't really see on the picture. So, yeah. I already bought the yarn. I've already wound the yarn. I am committed. Whether or not I can get this done in 60 days is still to be determined. However, the thing that made me absolutely lose my shit was where it says for the skirt, this is how they want you to do the scallops. With number 4 needle, cast on 10 stitches from each of 12 balls of yarn. So we're going to be winding all of these balls into smaller balls. Every other panel being knit and purl. And then each of these 10 stitch panels cast on 2 stitches at the start of every row until there are 12 groups of 42 stitches each. So we're increasing each little bit. And then join together by knitting 42, purl 42 with 1 ball of yarn. So you're creating all of the scallops individually and then knitting them all together. Why have I done this to myself? So, I am royally fucked. I am royally fucked with this, but I have wound the yarn. We have committed. It is too late to do something else. So I guess we cast on for the cape. One of the things I'm realizing as I've started the cape is that all of these little scallops are completely curly, and it's very difficult in the beginning to figure out which ones are going to be the knit or pearls as those alternate. So zapping them with an iron is really, really helpful. It's not permanent, obviously. This will be blocked, but it does help. So one of the things I'm realizing is this is much tighter deadline than I was realizing. I have already blown through 8 days. I wound the yarn about 64 days prior to, the deadline. And I started about 60 days actually in earnest on the pattern. Don't shake that. Meaning that I have 52 days now, which means I need to finish this cape in the next, 5 or 6 days in order to have plenty of time to mess up or if something goes wrong. So I'm starting to worry about this a little bit, but so far it's under control. This is what we've got so far. Like I said, it's sort of curling, but you can sort of see that it almost looks like petals. Love that. But it is a giant mess right now, and it is causing me anxiety. So as soon as I can get past the first set of decreases and I can actually like have enough room to weave these in, I'm going to, because it is stressing me out. But we don't have time for self-reflection or commiseration or fear. There is only knit. This is the piece so far. I have gotten through about, I think, a third of the decreases, which is great. And you can start to see how this is going to look, which is glorious. But the other piece I really need to start working on is the belt, because once the belt and the cape are done, that means all the accessories are done. And I'm also toying with the idea of taking one of my nets for my hair and gluing little tiny rhinestones on the cross sections so that when my hair is in the net, so that the curls don't move when I'm dancing, my hair will also sparkle. Still toying with that idea, and if I have enough time to do it, because of course, this is not the only thing I'm making for this trip. I'm also intending to maybe sew a dress and finish a work in progress. And I have totally bit off more than I can chew. But, so I am not one of those people who is extremely skilled at knitting and crochet. I am the type of girl who can crochet an edging on a knitted piece, but I've never actually crocheted a crochet only piece. So while I'm working on the cape, I also want to simultaneously start working on the belt. So I have the belt buckle, which if I can get this to focus. No, don't focus on me. Don't focus on me. No, don't focus on me. That's a little bit better. So this is an Art Nouveau styled belt buckle with rhinestones from the probably circa late 1930s, early 1940s, which is actually perfect because it's right around the same time as this pattern is from. So this is going to become my belt buckle, and it has, of course, on the back these tags where if I have the piece, I can fold them in and stitch it. But consulting our pattern instructs us to use a number 3 steel crochet hook. I think that means a 3mm. I got a 3mm, and if that's wrong, well, fuck. Let's see if I can remember how to chain. Ha-ha! Oh, wait, no, I fucked up. No. Oh, I fucked up. Okay. Millions of people can do this. So can you. I am dealing with crippling self-doubt that I can't do this.
I don't understand anything anymore. I am literally losing my mind. And I haven't had one for years.